Hello everyone, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I am here tonight. I'm going to bring you a technique called the recessed panel card, and that's what you see in the screen. These are some of the samples that I've made, so I just want to make sure that you saw those. I want you to know that I have a Facebook group where I do these lives every Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. I also have PDFs of every technique or card that I do on my Facebook Lives in the files section over there, and you're more than welcome to join and take any of the files that you want for any of the videos and stuff. So I wanted to let you know that. I also wanted to let you know that today starts the day that you can order the butterfly bouquet. If you haven't seen that, I will be using it tonight on the card I'm making to show this technique. And there are different ways you can order that. There are bundles, there are suites, you can order individually. I have all the information on that. If you need it, you can comment in the comments, and I would be more than glad to get that to you. If you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like one, I would love to be that demonstrator, and you can go to my website, which is ritaholmes.stampinup.net, and that is my online store, and I can be your demonstrator through that. If you'd like to join Stampin' Up!, I'd always like to welcome anybody new to my team. So therefore, I just wanted to get that out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and start on my card to let you know what we're doing. We will be using the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set because I will be using the thank you sentiment out of here. I like the font on that, so I'm going to be using that. I will show you on these. This is the font, the Happy Birthday. I did not put anything on the inside of this card. That is just my card. This one I use it's called Massive Thanks, and if you haven't seen it, it's really, really cute. I put thank you on the front, and then on the inside it says I usually just send a text, but this calls for a card. Thought that was really, really cute, since you know everything's all about texting and stuff like that. And then I did this one that says this isn't just a thank you card, it's a huge hug. It's a hug with a fold in the middle. So I think that's really cute too, and it has some other really, really cute thank you sayings. If you like to make thank you cards, it's a good one to go to. I am like I said, going to be using the butterfly, the Brilliant Butterfly bundle, and I will show you some of that paper if you haven't seen it. This paper here matches the dies that will cut out 6 of these butterflies, which is these two, and these two all at one time. We're going to be using one of those cut out butterflies tonight, which I've already cut out. And what I do is I also cut them out of white cardstock, and I back them on white cardstock, and it makes your DSP a lot heavier, especially if you're going to be 3Ding your wings and not laying it down flat. So we're also going to be using this paper here, which is little butterflies just like that. Now there's nothing to cut those out with, but it's a great paper. And they all have, this one, the big one, has the prettiest back, I think, which is this right here. But you get 8 each of 6 designs of the paper. So here's some of the designs that you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's the 6, and then when I turn them over, there's the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And there they are. That's the back, and that's the front of these. So I wanted to show you that, and here are the dies that you get, which is this big die right here, which will cut out these butterflies just like this. And like I said, I cut one set out of this, one set out of the white, and I glued to the back of these, and that way it makes them really sturdy. And then you get all of the butterflies here that you could actually cut out and the way you wanted, or you can, when you cut these out here with and put the white on, then you can stick this over there and put an embossing mat on your die cutting machine, and you can actually emboss those and make them a little more 3D. So I wanted to show you those, but I do have everything cut out tonight. I'm not really just debuting this. I'm more so doing the technique of the recessed card. And so I am going to be doing that. So let me set this paper to the side. And the stamp set that you get with this, let me just tell you that, is these 6 butterflies on a big background stamp that you can stamp all at one time and cut them out and color them. Or leave them black and white or whatever colors you want to do it with, it's fine. So I just wanted to show you that. And now let's get started on our card. Get all of the good stuff out of the way here. I'm going to take my card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to fold it in half and crease it really good. Then what I'm going to do, I have 3 pieces, 2 pieces of cardstock and 1 piece of DSP that we're going to use. And here they all are. They're all cut 5.5 by 4 1/4, which actually covers the whole front of this card. So what I'm going to do with my DSP is I'm going to glue this down onto my card to cover it, okay? So let me get my glue out. It's about time to get a new glue out, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to, what I do is I line it up with the folded side and the top. There we go. And then I'll look and see if there is a tiny bit hanging over right there, which I don't like. So I'm going to just trim that with my scissors. There we go. It's just like a little slither of, but still. Now I'm going to make sure that that's folded really good. Now what I'm going to do here, we have to do some measuring, so we need a pencil and a ruler. And I'm going to lay my pool party color on top because I'm going to use a ruler. I'm going to set this up here so you guys can see it. I hope that's in view. And I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to measure across the bottom. I'm going to lay this horizontally on my, I got a little bit of glue on my thing there. I'm going to get it off. Okay, what I'm going to do is I've got these 2. I really don't need this one underneath it at the moment. And I'm just going to line up my ruler. And I'm going to make a mark at 3/4 of an inch and at 1 1/8 inch. Then I'm going to bring my ruler up here. Sorry if my head gets in the way. And I'm going to mark it at 3 inches. Okay? So there I have my pencil marks. If you can see that, we have the 3/4 inch, the 1 1/8 inch, and then the 3 inches up here. Okay, now I'm going to lay my pool party, because it's got my markings on it, I'm going to lay that on top of my white, and I'm going to keep those together because I want to cut them together. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the first notch, which is my 3/4 inch notch, into the cutting groove of my paper trimmer and my 3-inch mark. So I have my 3-inch down here and my 1/4 inch right there. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to cut. So there's my one piece of paper that I need, or cardstock. Now I'm going to come down to my 1 1/8 inch, and I'm going to bring the opposite corner into the groove. So I can cut that, and these are both diagonal cuts. And we're not going to need these center pieces, so I'm just going to toss those. And there I have my papers cut for the front of my card. So what I'm going to do here is I actually want my, I'm going to erase this little pencil mark that I can see right here. There we go. Okay. I'm actually going to lay my white now on top of my pool party because I want to see how that's going to look on my edge here. So that's how it's going to go on my card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 pieces, I'm going to put some glue on my pool party, but I'm not going all the way down to that edge because that's going to be my border. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line that up, line at the sides there, and line that up at the bottom. And there's my border for the top of my card. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn that over. Make sure it's all glued down really good. And I'm going to take and I'm going to put glue at the on my pool party again to secure it down on the front of my card. And again, what I want to do is line that up with the folded side and the top and glue it down. Okay? There we go. Now that one's glued down. Now I'm going to do the same with my corner pieces. I'm going to put my white on top. Make sure how I like it to look, that everything's going to fit. And it is. So here again, I'm going to take that off, put some glue on my pool party piece. I don't know why I always lay it that way to glue it, but I like it this way when I'm going to glue it down. So what I want to do is I'm just going to glue that down to give me a border. And there we're going to have that border. So I will take, again, glue on the pool party. You don't have to try to get that little white edge. It's awful little to get. So I want to secure that down good. So I'm going to take it, again I'm going to line up at the bottom edge this time and my side and lay that down. Okay? So there we have it. I'm going to open up my card because I knew that I was going to have this little bitty tip over here to cut off. There we go. So that is how you make the recessed part of your card, which is very easy. And On this card right here, let me show you. I put a third layer, which is up here because I've got my white and my pretty peacock here. So for this layer on top, I cut a piece 5 1/4 by 4. I kept the same measurements at 3/4 of an inch, 1 1/8 inch, and 3 inch, and cut this piece. And that gave me my borders around. So I did that. I do want to show you the inside of the cards real quick before I finish the other one. Because I took this piece and cut it out, I had another piece, so there is, and I just kind of decorated the inside of the card. I did that one that way because I already had my sentiment in there when I decided to do that. And then on this one, on this piece, I had the center piece left over, and I put it down the side of my card and put my sentiment in there, just to add a little bit of bringing the inside of the outside of your card to the inside. Is what it basically does. So that's how I decorated the inside of those. And what I'm going to do for the inside of this one is I had a little strip when I cut my 5 1/4 by 4, 5 1/2 I mean by 4 1/4. I had a piece left. So I am going to take it and I'm just going to put some glue down the center of it. If I can pick it up. And I'm just going to glue that right here to the side of my card. And then that way when I write in it, it's going to have a little bit of breath, a little bit of the inside, outside to the inside. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do with my butterfly. I'm going to go ahead and add his body, bring the wings up, and I am going to add 2 dimensionals to the back of him, right here at the center of his body. So I'm going to add 2. I love butterflies, don't you? I just think they're really, really neat. And they decorate cards so nice, and you can use them for any occasion. So now I'm going to take my butterfly and I'm just going to adhere it to my card. Right like that. And then I am going to take my thank you stamp, because I need a lot of thank you cards. And I'm going to ink it, and then I am just going to bring it down here at the bottom and stamp thank you. I'll hold that there for a second, let it soak into my cardstock, and bring it up. And there is my card for today. So simple, but yet looks like it's some work. You know, with getting all the measurements of that, which is really not a whole lot of measurements. If you like to seek out cards and look at other ones, you can go to YouTube or to Pinterest and just put in recessed panel cards, and you'll see a lot of different ideas. You can do your panel down, strip down. I just wanted to show the diagonal one because that's the one that seems to be the harder one to cut. So I just wanted to show that to you, show you the inside of my card, and it is done. How simple is that? So here's the other cards I made. Let's show you those again. This one's made with the paper from it's the ice cream DSP. I forget what it's called. This is the Floral Art Gallery paper. And then this is the True Love DSP, which is black and white, and I colored those with my Stampin' blends. So you have different ways that you can do this. This is glued flat, that's glued flat, and then the top part is done with dimensionals, and then this is done with dimensionals, and it's just glued on top of the leaves. And those are the leaves I cut out of the stem on the stamp set. So anyway, there is 4 different cards, all the same technique that you can see, all done with different papers and just stamped a little differently. So I just wanted to show you those, wanted to share how to do this, because honestly I hadn't done it till this week. I've always liked it and never done it, and I thought I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do a video of it. So there was my video, and like I said, if you need the PDF, it is over on Facebook at my Facebook group called Stamp Crazy VIP. You're more than welcome to join. You're more than welcome to use any of the, or print off any of the PDFs that I have over there. They are for public use of all my videos, so you can see all that over there. And before you get off of here, if you wouldn't mind sharing my video and giving it a thumbs up, I would much appreciate that. That's one way my videos get out there a little bit more, since I've been doing them almost a year, but it takes a long time to build up the, not customer base, but just the people who watch it, because I really don't care that much about, I mean, I do care about customers, but I like to teach, and if that's all you need out of me is just for me to teach you how to do something, that is great. I love teaching, but I also love selling stamps and building my team. So any of it works for me as long as it works for you. So until I get into my next video, I will close for now, and I hope you all have a good rest of your week or night or morning, whatever time it is you're watching this. Thank you.